Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Palm Island City Skylines series from yours truly, Design Candy. Shout out to the Candy fam. First off, that's the first thing I want to say. Big shout out to the new Candy fam and the Candy fam that is existing. You guys are ruthless. You guys are crushing it right now. Thank you guys, all of the newcomers that have been coming to my channel in the last 5 months, man. We've seen a lot of cool growth. You guys have been very patient with my upload schedule, and so I'm gonna put out a couple of videos this week. If you're watching in sequence and binge watching at a later date, all the episodes will be releasing within a week, at least the next 3. I have 3 on the deck that I am sitting down to record, so just for you guys, man. Hashtag Candy Fam. So this episode is episode number 23. This is our airport episode. Did you hear that? Airport episode. Yes, this is it. But before we get into the airport episode, I want to talk about what we did in the last episode. So as you can see on the screen right now, as it turns dark and it looks amazing, big shout out to Prez. He's a YouTuber and he had a tutorial on how to make your City Skylines game look super bomb. Yes, I used it, bomb, and I followed it step by step. I kind of knew but didn't really know. I always wanted to be on like a strict toaster level, like a flux level. I'm like, how do they do that? So I think that I have successfully achieved close to photorealism with screenshots. Obviously you have to use different filters, but in game now I can get a really realistic look and be able to control what you guys are seeing. I've never been able to do that before, so big shout out to him. But last episode was our transportation episode, and our transportation episodes are insane. It was a bunch of bus lining and train lining and metro lining, and I mean, just crazy stuff. If you play this game, you probably really enjoyed it. If you don't play this game, you're kind of like, okay. But if you like just being entertained by this type of stuff, you would have loved it. So one of the things that we built that I'm circling around is this transportation hub. It's called the Central Station. I'm looking for one of my signs. I don't see one of my signs. Where's my sign? My sign's gone. Okay, well, check out some screenshots for the look of the Central Station. But it turned out awesome. It looks really cool. Yeah, the detailing around it. You have like some shopping centers here, and then if you go around it, you can actually see like a movie theater, and then some housing above the movie theater, and then a park with a lake. So really cool leisure area in the middle of a downtown, like an urban park. You never really see things like that, so it turned out really cool. And then you have your big city your big city skyline. I never thought I would say that. Okay, your big city skyline in the background. That's still funny to me. But yeah, nonetheless, it turned out awesome. And I want to show you guys a couple of things too. Wow, that stadium's just lit up. You have your big transfer station here that has all your bus lines and bus routes and people hustling and bustling, catching different connections throughout the city. This is a main hub. And then going down across the way, we have another main hub right here. Where's it at? Right here. Yeah, let me turn some lights up so you guys can actually see it. Boom. Yeah, so your other main hub in the city is right here. It's a park and ride, and really detailed that. We have our custom buses. We'll get into that in a second here, but that train line or metro line goes across the highway and then ends over here. Really cool suburban stop. Man, this game is just amazing. Sometimes looking back at it, it looks awesome. And then you crawl underneath and you go over to the resort area. You have a couple stops there, and then a big stop down there in preparation for the future airport train line that's going to go right here. You see the trains already running, so we're going to customize those trains at a later date, but that is coming. And then last but not least, if you missed it, we built our big bus yard. So this is like a bus depot garage yard where the buses get serviced, where they live when their shifts are over. This looks super awesome. Check this out, man. Like, I'm super excited how that turned out. And we have these custom bus textures that we created. I'm dabbling a little bit into the asset creation side of things. You'll see in the next few episodes where we really try to utilize some custom assets. But I shout out the asset maker that allowed me to use these assets. And then I made these textures in Photoshop. So check that out as well. Last episode, it was awesome. So this episode, you guys guessed it. You didn't have to guess it. You see by the title. We're going to start the process for the airport. Now, let me tell you a couple of things to start off. The airport is massive. That's number one. Number two is it's loosely based off of an LAX miniature build. So you have the terminals that go straight to the gate, right? Terminal gate. You drive around in a U shape, and then you'll be able to get into your terminal. You don't have to, like, the Apple Mountain Airport was based off of Denver, if you guys saw that series. And if you haven't, go check that out real quick. I mean, it's awesome. I think you would enjoy it, or at least check out the cinematics. But that was based off of Denver's airport. So you had a main building, and then from the building, you had to take a train to the terminal. This one, you literally drive up to the terminal. So no trains, no exterior things, right? Security is literally in the terminal. You go straight to your gate. So that is the ideal. But to do that, we have to do a couple of things. Number one is we need to fix this. This needs to be sufficient enough to handle the airport that's going to be right here. So we have a couple connection points. We have the cargo harbor that was last episode, I believe. No, 2 episodes. Transportation was last episode. The cargo harbor was 2 episodes ago, and there's the connection to the cargo harbor. The other island, which we call Foxtail, that's this middle island, has a connection point right here, right? So before, if you wanted to get from and drive from downtown to Foxtail, you would have to take, you have 2 routes. You have this bridge here, and then you have the underground that lets out here, and it goes down underneath the stadium, right in there, right? If you wanted to go from Foxtail Island to this new island, you literally had to just drive underneath, right? Easy. But if you wanted to go from downtown to this new island, you would have to go all the way down here, then deal with all that mess of traffic, then go all the way down here. Well, we made off camera a new exit strategy and tunnel, where this tunnel has direct access right here. So from here to here, that's where this tunnel goes. And I'll show you the output here. This actually has been in place for a little bit for the people that have been watching the series. So it ends right there. Check that out. Awesome, right? And then you have the interchange. You can get on the main highway. Now, there is a junction in here, an interchange, whatever you would call it, that we're about to build here, that goes underneath, and then it outputs right in the middle right here, right? So that's where the other tunnel outputs, and then it splits up in here. So there's that connection point. The cargo harbor, Foxtail Island, the other island, right? Then there will be the airport, right in this area. And then lastly, we're going to build a tunnel in here. We're going to prep for our little mountain town, but before we get there, build a tunnel all the way in here that lets out. I'll probably carve it out somewhere in here, and then we'll utilize this existing trash facility, right? And then maybe utilize, there's some concrete right here that we can put some barriers down, and then build a tower, not a tower, but a raised highway, elevated highway. That's the word I'm looking for. And then make an interchange right here. So really shut down this interchange, even though it looks so pretty. This is super pretty. They have tools now for this stuff where you don't have to even detail it. But man, back in the day, we were on it. That's episode 1, by the way. Man, memories. So we're going to make an interchange right in this area. And then that highway will travel, cut through these mountains, and then wrap around to this interchange here. So that's one of the big major projects that we're going to do in this episode. We're going to also add some details and some foliage, kind of like a grand airport entrance that you see at a lot of airports. And then I would love to show you guys some of the things that we're going to use. Big shout out to FBS. That is a series on YouTube with Flux, Besquagohausen, and Stricktozer. And I literally had that on every moment, right, that I was building this airport. Again, I've been building this airport for probably about a month since my last upload. Literally redid it twice. Big story. It's crazy. But it was super cool to watch them and see the different things that they did. Also, $2.20. Big shout out to him. I've been watching his Springwood Airport. It's awesome. Took some cues from that. But these awnings, man, and I want to show you a couple buildings. We're going to place down some of these buildings so you guys can see what we're rolling with. So number one would be, let's do that one. Let's do a terminal, a side terminal here. Let's do that. Spoke, they call it spoke. The awning, I think is so cool. Another one of these buildings here. One of these like sinks into the ground like super stupid, but we'll still show you. And then let's get one of these J bridges. I think that's good. Maybe one of these. Let's get one of these. There we go. And then this one of the main buildings that we're using. Beautiful. Cool. So we have everything placed down here. We'll start with this awning. So this awning is really, really cool. So we're going to utilize this and raise it because we're going to have multiple, like a stack platform. The arrivals up top, departures on the bottom. Departures on the top, arrivals on the bottom. So you would depart, you would let go. You would drop somebody off on the top floor, and then people that are arriving would arrive on the bottom floor. But these are really cool. And then I made some really cool signs. Let me see if I can pull it up here. It's like Southwest would be a good one. So there's a Southwest sign here. And then let's do a pillar. One of these tall pillars here. And then use our move it tool. Kind of flush that out up a little bit. And then boom. So we're going to put that here. Go all the way up. Come on. All the way up. All the way up. Nailed it. Cool. So something like that, right? So you drive underneath and it tells you like, hey, this is a Southwest gate. And then on the bottom floor, obviously the same thing would be mirrored on the bottom. So these things look crazy, man. Like I love these things. And we're going to line the airport with that. We're going to utilize this building on the outer piece, or the inner piece, excuse me, because it has the two drop off points. Let's see on this side so you can see. So that's how you drop off people right there, and you put a road that lines that bottom piece. And then we'll utilize these new things. These things are cool. Check those out on the workshop if you want to build an airport, because these things are cool. And we're going to utilize this for our international terminal. And then for the side of the terminals, we're going to utilize this as well to add some more beef to it. So we're going to build that up. It's going to be awesome. We're going to do a cool interchange on the way to the airport. This was here. I don't know why. We're going to delete that because I'm not using that at all. We'll do a cool interchange because there's going to be a road that leads to the mountains that you can take the airport exit route to. And so that's going to lead to some mountain houses. So check out that. But this is the starting point. So this episode is going to be terminal focused. And then the next episode, we are going to build out like the details where the planes go and the bridge and all that kind of stuff. So stay tuned for the time lapse. I hope you guys enjoy it. Grab some candy. Tell me what your favorite candy is below in the comment section. That could be our quirky question for this episode. So hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see you after the time lapse.
Endless nights thinking I have done something wrong, trying to find a peace of mind so I can let you go. You try to change my mind again. Why don't you tell this to somebody who cares and let me spread my wings again, floating in the air. I never thought it felt this good without. And I know, and I know, and I know, and I know you thought you'd see me cry again. Yes, I know, yes, I know, yes, I know, yes, I know you wonder why I'm acting so at ease. 'Cause I know I need higher standards. to know you. Wonder why I'm acting so at ease. 'Cause I know I need higher standards, deserve higher standards, will reach higher standards without you. 'Cause I know I need higher standards, deserve higher standards, will reach higher standards without you. 'Cause I know I need higher standards, deserve higher standards, will reach higher standards without you. 'Cause I know I need higher standards, deserve and will reach without you. Why don't you tell this to somebody who cares? I never thought it felt this good without you, without you. 'Cause I know I need higher standards, will reach higher standards without you. 'Cause I know I need higher standards, deserve higher standards, and will reach without you. Why don't you tell this to somebody who cares? Higher standards. 'Cause I know I need higher standards, deserve higher standards, and will reach without you.
Painting's got me feeling so high. Breathing, burning like it's on fire. Slipping, fading out of my mind. When we get close, we're gonna slow it down. Going deeper, still I'm sky high. Giving you this rhythm all night. Slipping, fading like I lost time. Oh baby, don't stop, no, you just slow down. Are you good enough to wait for me? We're having too much fun to disagree. Baby, as long as we don't think now. Slipping, fading, gone, slipping with our slow hands. Slipping, fading, gone, slipping with our slow hands. We gon' slow it down, slipping with our slow hands. We can't stop it now, slipping with our slow, slow hands. Yeah, slow hands. Wanna hear you breathing so close, so close. From my heart and down to my toes. Slipping in and out of control. No, you don't stop, no, you just slow down. Are you good enough to wait for me? We're having too much fun to disagree. Baby, as long as we don't think now. Slipping, fading, gone, slipping with our slow hands. Slipping, fading, gone, slipping with our slow hands. We gon' slow it down, slipping with our slow hands. We can't stop it now, slipping with our slow, slow hands. We gon' slow it down, slipping with our slow hands. We can't stop it now, slipping with our slow, slow hands. Yeah, yeah, slow hands. Are you good enough to wait for me? We're having too much fun to disagree. Baby, as long as we don't think now. Slipping, fading, gone,
come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions. We'll get away. This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's go, let's be free with me. Be free. Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free. Triple A, credits alright. Hang up the phone and let your heart break. Only in LA, 24 twice. She's on the phone, but she's staying on Wilshire Boulevard. Old dreams dying hard. We want you to return this love. Breathing in the dark, weightless, working hard. We want you to return his love. Now he's bleeding, diamonds on you, but that ain't enough to turn the page. He's kneeling, wants to feel known, but he's not the one who goes away. That ain't enough to turn the page. Leash is off, suit is on point. Won't cause a scene or stir up no clash. On second thought, Venice by fourth. She's on the job, but she's staying on Wilshire Boulevard. Old dreams dying hard. He wants you to return his love. Breathing in the dark, weightless, working hard. He wants you to return his love. Now he's bleeding, diamonds on you, but that ain't enough to turn the page. He's kneeling, wants to feel known.
Welcome back from the time lapse. Again, this is episode 23, airport episode, Palm Island International Airport part 1. So we built a lot, man. There's a lot crammed in. Long time lapse. Hope you enjoyed the smooth sounds and awesome music. Really take pride in the music that I bring. All kind of genres, all kind of types. If you have anything you want to hear, drop a message to me. #CandyFamine in the comments, and I'll see what I can do for you. But let's start off with what we built first. So first was this Interchange. Man, look at that. Hold on, real quick. You can just see man, that looks cool. You can see the mountain loop going off in the distance. Like, that looks so crazy. First we built the awesome Interchange. Turned out awesome. I am such a noob at interchanges though, so I will tell you that as my textures render. It's still a work in progress. There's still things clipping into things, like you have this barrier in the street and cars are driving through different weird things like that. So we'll go back and fix that, but I do want to show you guys just the complexity of how everything works and all the different connection points and how it all worked. It actually worked. I'm pleasantly surprised. So we got the mountain road up there. So yeah, we built that. Let's roll to the mountain road real quick. So you have this cool contraption that like winds down, and that looks so cool. Look at that view. That's so crazy. And that goes all the way through. I'm gonna mess with the camera just a little bit. So that goes all the way up and around, and then cuts through here, and then we built this interchange. I'm not sure if I showed you guys that. I might have cut that out, but the interchange was built, and so you have a nice steady traffic flow to the airport area. This was a pretty cool technique that I worked on. I found some manicured grass. I saw Flux use this in FBS, and so I thought, man, wouldn't it be cool to just get patches of grass? So that looks super detailed, and that you have a lake here, and ignore my ploppable asphalt. I was trying some stuff. So you have the cool little roadway towards the cool PETA sign. So yeah, you have PIIA, sorry, PETA. PETA, our transportation district's called PETA. So everything is similar, right? And people always make me laugh because wherever in the world that you're from, go ahead and drop that and tell me in the comment section, by the way. But wherever you're from, people always like laugh. They're like, PETA bread. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. But it stands for Palm Island Transportation Authority, and this is Palm Island International Airport, PIIA. Boom. And then just like LAX, we have these cool little things. I don't even know what they're called, but they light up at night. They look cool. And then you have this manicured grass again driving down, and then you have this awesome PII sign we had crazy flood, so ignore that. You guys can see all of my flaws. I'm not hiding them. I have City Skylines flaws too. But then you have kind of like a grand entrance when you first arrive here. You see the awesome big PII logo, and then the cityscape in the background. Like, that's a view. That's awesome. So what do we build? Okay, so starting off with the parking. There's way too much parking right now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 garages, and then all this parking spaces. Now these parking spaces are actually usable, but there's just so many that people are barely using them. They probably would pick, you see how unlegit they park. It's so hilarious sometimes, but they can pick a garage over these. And so it's awesome to know that they work, but they're very, unuseful just for aesthetic reasons only. We have this cool park in the middle, and then our air control tower with some details around it. Some trucks and everything. It's a nice log truck delivering stuff to the airport. That's fun. Some gas canisters here, and then just all around some foliage, some trees. We're going to shear some of this up in the next few episodes. One of the highlights is our transportation train transfer area. So again, following the PETA theme, you guys can check it out. This thing is hustling and bustling, and I'll explain why in a minute, but check out these custom liveries. I teased this a little bit on my, I think, Instagram and Twitter a couple of weeks ago, like a long time ago when we first made these, but look how awesome these look. Just little PETA airport trains and raised elevated trains. So they look really, really cool. It turned out awesome. This station just is in line with our other stations with the glass roof. As you know, we do glass roofs around here in Palm Island. Literally every single transportation place has a glass roof. I promise you. Look at this one. Union Station, glass roof. Same type of style, right? Then the Central Station, glass roof. Same type of style. This one's actually embedded in the asset, so it looks a little bit cooler. So glass roofs for the win. We had to put one in here. It looks super awesome. Super excited about how it turned out. So yeah, that's pretty much the overview. I know that the time lapses are long, so we're going to keep from episode to episode. I really want to keep these shorter. So next episode, really quick though, I do want to touch base on how awesome this looks real quick. So let's go here. Look at that. Southwest United, just driving through, man. Like, this was an awesome, cool idea. And then you just have, let me not clip, but Delta, British Airways. Like, this turned out great. Great. Super excited for it. Emirates. Man, you just have all the cool. And then, just so you know, all the corresponding gates will have those planes. Hopefully, we're going to work on that. So I also want to show one quick technique that I'm using that I got from Flux in his FBS series. And that's hiding buildings. So as you can see, there's a bunch of traffic, but there's no terminals, right? We're starting the terminals, but there's no terminals. So with there being no terminals, you're probably wondering, how is there so much traffic? Well, in here, we clipped residential building. So I plopped down some ploppable concrete, but if you pull all that aside, there's probably 10 to 15, you can see them clipping, right? Buildings down there, and there's water when we flood it. That's weird. But those 10 to 15 buildings have people, and those people are what you see trying to get out and in, and those are the people that take the train. Like, you can see all these people taking the train, and so it adds the illusion that the airport has just, a lot of traffic going on. And in reality, these airports actually do have a lot of traffic. So I do want to stress that. But to make an airport at this scale, I had to come up with a way to generate a lot of agents in the game around this area. And so that's one of the big ways that we can do it. And you can see, like, traffic comes here, traffic leaves here. So it looks very functional. Now, mind you, when we do get different traffic from the airplanes when they are working, and spoiler alert, every single airplane works with the method that I'll teach you in the next episode. But when we do get airplane traffic, it actually turns out awesome. And you have even more cars. Now, that does cause some traffic issues, so stay tuned for that, because it's insane how many cars are in this one area. And as you can see, there's one way in, there's one way out, right? Technically, you can go up to the mountain road that we build in the future episodes. So that does it for this episode. Next episode, you can already see me working on it. We're going to flesh out how these terminals look, like this right here. You have the Delta plane. So this is going to be my international terminal, and I just plopped down some different assets and props to see, but there's some detailing on the ends of these that we still have to work on. I want to utilize some number markings, some of the airport markings that we have to work on there. So that does it for this episode, guys. Stay tuned for part 2 of Palm Island International Airport, the build. We will dial in the terminals, the runways, part 1 of the runways, and then a lot of detail. So you don't want to miss the next episode. It's going to be insane. Also, I try my best to achieve some photorealistic details with some filters. So definitely stay tuned for that. Well, that ends it. I'll see you guys in the next one coming right up. Peace.